Hello, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Mr. TARDIS, and I can explain. Firstly, I currently have a bit of a cold, which explains the voice. I do apologise for that, but it is nearly mid-January 2025, and I live in Manchester, and it's bloody freezing. And I wanted to do this update video because I feel like there hasn't really been a sort of like state of the channel type of video for a while, so I figured I want to do that. January is normally a pretty quiet time for YouTubers because it's at this point where AdSense is at its lowest. So yeah, let's take stock of the past year and what's been going on for the Mr. TARDIS channel. Because going into 2024, we were going off the back of the past year, 2023, being, in terms of just pure view count, the best year that this channel has ever had. In 2023, we had 2.5 million views. We had the videos around the 60th anniversaries, which did really, really well. And then going into 2024, we had the Touch Grass video, which I still think is possibly my magnum opus. And there was lots of discussions around the upcoming season 1 or series 14. I still don't think we as a fandom have figured out how we're navigating that. And then a couple of episodes into season 1, this channel hit a wall. Because if you've not been paying attention, my last proper big edited review was of 73 Yards, which broadcast, in like late May, early June. The reason for that is twofold, and they did happen one after the other. The first of which was that my TV and freelance media work, which, while YouTube does well, that is the main brunt of my income, that really, really started to pick up around summer 2024. I was working in studio a lot, I was traveling around the country, which was, great for me, but it meant that the channel really hit a bit of a lull around midway into 2024. And then while all of that work was happening over the summer and the channel was sort of, I don't want to say languishing, is sort of like humming along, what happened was that me and my wife took the decision to move out of the place that we were renting with money that we'd saved, and we moved. It was a very lengthy process. Like literally it was like 3 or 4 months of just daily emails and phone calls with our mortgage broker and the bank to try and convince them that yes, Doctor Who YouTuber is a real job, but also in the UK, if you are self-employed, they really hate you. So all of the paperwork, all of the tax returns, all of the invoices and statements and everything from the past few years, like we had it all there, it just wasn't enough, and it was just like months and months of waiting. And then, for reasons I won't get into, there was a breakthrough, and then we moved. We put the offer in for the property in June, and then we moved in late October. That's how long the process was. All this time, I was working freelance basically non-stop and also doing stuff semi-regularly for the channel. But during that time, it was like, okay, if I start a big project, will we just move midway through? Will it fall through? Basically, for me and my wife, our life was on pause. So for that reason, that's why the channel just sort of fell off a little bit in the latter half of 2024. And I say fell off, it was still a pretty good year. I said that 2023 we had our biggest view count, and that was 2.5 million. We got 2 million views in 2024, so I still think that's a pretty positive result. And it kind of showed to me that, if we're still getting 2 million views, and this isn't even my final form, it kind of shows that, if I put more work into it, if I, use my time more effectively, then this channel can do pretty well. And I have to acknowledge that I am also really one of the lucky ones. If you've seen my commentary over the past few months, then you'll know that the UK TV and film industry is in a dire predicament right now. And that is something that I feel like I'm kind of witnessing from the outside, because I've been incredibly busy. I've been incredibly fortunate. Over the past few months, I've had promotions. I've been able to work on, in some cases, like one of my dream jobs, one of my dream shows, my bucket list show. And me and my wife haven't really gone without. We are one of the lucky ones at the moment, but it kind of makes me wonder, how long will that hold out? How long can I continue to be lucky? So I want to make sure that I'm fostering a good YouTube channel here so that, it can come through in a pinch. That sounds cynical and businessy, but I am in my early 30s now. I'm technically a homeowner. I have 2 children to feed. So these next few months professionally are going to be pretty important for me, I think. I'm approaching my 15th year of this YouTube channel, and that's kind of mad. Something that started out as a hobby, something that started out as, something that I wanted to be able to communicate my support of Victory of the Daleks through back in 2010, has grown into something that, no joke, allowed me and my wife to buy a house because of how well it was doing. So with that in mind, over the next few months, things I kind of want to focus on is being able to create a schedule, create a sort of system in place, in this new house, in this new office and workspace of mine that I want to try and make a bit more personable, want to try and make it more my own, to try and make it sustainable and hopefully grow. We have over 42,000 subscribers at the moment. I'd love to try and reach 50 and then hopefully hit the next milestone, and then we'll see how it goes. I talk about Doctor Who on YouTube. I'm not expecting to be, bloody Mr. Beast or anything like that, nor would I really want to be, but, I think I've done pretty well for myself in this, little pond that I'm in. So let's try and continue that forward. So what's going to be happening over the next few months, at least prior to Season 2 or Series 15, is that there will be fewer live streams. That's not to say there will be 0 live streams, but there will be fewer live streams because there's not really a lot of news at the moment. And I've also really noticed that the live streams have sort of dictated my schedule a lot. And while sometimes it's been good to have that structure, that kind of only works if this is like my one gig. If I'm away, filming in another city or something on another TV show and I'm not here to stream, then, it kind of feels like it breaks up the flow of everything. And also it means that some stuff that I do want to talk about, some stuff that I want to review, whether it be like a Big Finish release, for example, almost kind of feels like it's being held hostage, I don't know. Whereas over the past couple of weeks, I've been making my way through the Big Finish back catalogue of the last 3 or 4 months of releases from 2024 that I've not reviewed yet, and I've been listening to them and then bashing out a review. And I also think that the unscripted but vlog without a live chat, non-live Big Finish reviews, I think that those are better than the live stream ones. I'm able to pause mid-recording and take stock. I'm able to reference notes a lot easier if I wanted to. Basically removing the pressure of the live environment for those Big Finish reviews, I think, makes the Big Finish reviews better. And, I know that Big Finish do watch the reviews that I do. They basically give me the review copies of everything to talk about, so, I want to be able to do better reviews, basically. And because not doing them in the live stream is helping me to get through the back catalogue a lot quicker, it would also hopefully mean that when I do finally catch up, then I'll be able to get them out, much closer to their actual release when they're much more topical, and then they'll do better, etc, etc. So live streams up until the release of Season 2 will be saved for, special occasions or if any massive big news drops or anything. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. The plan was going into 2024 to try and do more live streams, but to do ones where, it's just me chilling with a chat while I'm editing or playing games or something. The plan going into last year was that I would buy a computer, or I'd get a computer on finance or something. Instead, we bought a house, so that's definitely not on the table right now. Hopefully in a few months' time I might be in a better position to, buy a computer, a much bigger, beefier rig, so that we can do that sort of multitasking. I cannot multitask on this laptop. We'll have to see, but things like Patreon, things like YouTube memberships, that really does help to support the channel, and that is what it's going towards, as well as helping to decorate this place and sort this place out, this office. I want to try and build a bit higher. I'm running out of space for the Blu-rays and all the books, and I'm accumulating. Paint the walls, get the decorations up, higher shelves, maybe get an actual light fixture in the corner so I can have better lighting and stuff, because this light's pretty terrible. I might have to probably replace it and make this into an actual purpose-built space like Mr. TARDIS HQ, where I can do unboxings and I can film vlogs and stuff like that. I've got a bunch of video ideas. I've got a whole new series that I want to start that's Doctor Who related, and I feel like I kind of can't do it at the moment because I'm still making my way through the back catalogue. I'm still making my way through everything I missed towards the end of 2024. I mean, I can't remember exactly, but I feel like I remember doing my intro to 2024 video, state of the channel, and saying things that I wanted to do, and when a year later and I still haven't done them. I wanted to finish the Hartnell marathon in its totality by doing those Dalek reviews. The Dalek Sember format, it kind of pales in comparison to what I've been doing recently. You get a half-hour review of An Unearthly Child, and then you go to the Dalek Sember Daleks video and it's 10 minutes long. It doesn't feel complete or cohesive. So I want to redo those Dalek reviews from the Hartnell era, I've done Mission to the Unknown. That video is currently only available to patrons and members, so, you know, links in the description. That really helps out to the support the channel. And then once that is done, we can move forward. Whether or not it's a Tennant era marathon or a Troughton era marathon, I'm still kind of undecided. I'm definitely leaning in one direction, but I won't say what it is. I'm not going to commit to anything right now. But the priority right now for the next couple of months is finish the Big Finish back catalogue from 2024, finish the season 1 reviews. Thankfully, there's only like 4 if you now count Joy to the World. God, I keep falling further behind. The Dot and Bubble review is currently editing at the moment. I'm working on that. It's coming along really, really well. I've had to sort of pause it at the moment because I need to do a couple of pickups, but my voice is just, it will sound terrible. And then there's Rogue, Empire of Death, and Legend of Ruby Sunday. That's going to be one video, and then Joy to the World. And then also finish the Hartnell Marathon. The plan then is to upload full-blown compilations of each season because, you know, cynically, those really long compilations, they do really well. It also means I can use those compilations to slot in the Dalek stories and the animated reconstructions that have come out since I did those original videos, like the upcoming Savages and the Celestial Toymaker. And then after that, well, hopefully, you know, if I've bided my time well enough, it will be time for season 2, and then I can hopefully hit the ground running properly and be all caught up by then. I hope that's the case. Also, something that I want to do a lot more in 2025 is more shorts and TikToks. I don't really know what's going to be happening in terms of TikTok within the next week because apparently it's going to get banned in America. We'll have to see. Most of my views come from England anyway, so I don't think that will affect me too much, but we'll have to see what happens there. But this is just a general question to anyone who might do video editing or social media stuff. How do you do your captions without paying through the arse for them? Because right now I'm just manually doing them through Vegas 18 because I don't want to fork out to upgrade, but I also don't want to pay a monthly subscription. So is there like a silver bullet to do like speech to text captions for free through a browser or a desktop app or something, not on the phone? You know, let me know. So yeah, I want to upload way more on TikTok and YouTube Shorts. And also, I've not unboxed this yet, but Fifine, who I've worked with a couple of times in the past, they've sent me an M9 microphone, which is a wireless lavalier mic system. I'm going to test this out, put it through its paces through a few YouTube Shorts and TikToks and stuff, give it a review and everything, because they've sent me this to review, full disclosure. No money's exchanged hands, but they gave me this to review, so I'm going to talk about this. I've not properly unboxed it yet, so I'm going to hopefully use this to do more shorts. But yeah, like I said, I've got a bunch of ideas and even a new series, a regular series that I want to try and do in the near future to, you know, keep things going. There's even a few things that I want to talk about that aren't Doctor Who related, but let's finish the Doctor Who back catalogue first. We could even be approaching like second channel territory. I don't know. We'll have to see. So I currently do have quite a bit of freelance TV work lined up for 2025. So if things go quiet on here for whatever reason, just assume I'm off filming or shooting something. Like I said, great news for me, but not so great for the state of the channel, where YouTube punishes very harshly any sort of gaps in scheduling. But in terms of other stuff, in terms of any personal stuff over the past year, one massive highlight, apart from the Touching Grass video, was going to Hooverville over the past summer, where I met some incredible people, met some brilliant fans, and met some great Doctor Who personalities. I am going again. I've booked up in 2025 to go again for the weekend in Derby. Joe Martin and Susan Twist are the first confirmed guests for the next Hooverville convention, so if you're going, let me know. I'll hopefully see you there. We've started 2025 pretty strong already with a live stream interview with Jacqueline King, who played Sylvia Noble. If you haven't watched that video yet, please check it out, because I think it was a really great chat and she was absolutely lovely and delightful to talk to. I've got a couple of like irons in the fire for a few other chats and interviews with some pretty big Doctor Who names, so we'll have to see how that goes. But yeah, watch this space. If you're not subscribed, you should definitely subscribe. You know, it's strange. I check my statistics and like 70% of the people who watch these videos are not subscribed. I don't know how that's possible, considering the views I get and the subscriber count I have. I just think that YouTube's algorithms just do really bury me. So yeah, like the videos, comment, do all that fun stuff, share them around with your friends. And something else I'm trying to figure out at this current time is dealing with ADHD medication. So About 10 or 11 months ago, I was diagnosed with ADHD. I also have dyspraxia as well, which has its own sort of weird neurological effects. But yeah, so I'm currently undergoing ADHD titration treatment through medication, going through different treatments, going through different medication, and going through different doses of said medication, which is messing up my sleep schedule something fierce. So trying to figure that out whilst also trying to adjust to a new space, trying to catch up on the back catalogue, and also not just adjusting to a new space, but trying to make the space our own and fix it up. Some aspects of the house are a bit fixer-uppery. There's also quite a few boxes that we still have not yet unpacked. We're still sorting that out. So yeah, over the next few weeks and months, please be patient with me. We're still trying to figure this out. It's an interesting journey that one day I would love to break down in video form or something in a vlog to talk through the process, but today is not currently that day, but hopefully we'll figure it out. And one thing I think that has been a massive benefit recently to my mental health is just leaving Twitter, leaving X. I think that in terms of just recent geopolitical events, shall we say, that website's writing was kind of on the wall already, but basically over Christmas, from my perspective, I just posted a few pretty milquetoast things on social media, on X, and the hammer just massively came down on me, and I don't really understand why, because like I said, milquetoast at best. And it's not the first time that, for reasons that completely baffle me to this day, I've been in the center of social media shitstorm. So I thought, okay, I'm out. I'm not going to delete my account. I think I'm only just going to post like video uploads or updates or anything like that on it. I think that's the plan. But in terms of actually regularly posting or engaging, I think those days are gone now. I've moved over to Blue Sky, so if that's your thing, feel free to follow me on there. I have an Instagram and I have a Facebook, but they're personal ones, so I've said it time and time again, please don't follow me on there. I will just reject you. But yeah, in regards to X, I didn't think that the straw that broke the camel's back would be an excessively mid Doctor Who Christmas special, but apparently that was the straw that the community collectively placed on me. And I'm not going to lie, it was a bit rough over the holiday season where I stepped away from the platform and I was getting messages and also like in-person conversations between friends and family who were seeing the massively excessive dogpile happening, like massively disproportionately, and asking me if I was okay. And I was like, yeah, I'm okay. I'm not looking at it. I'm not away from it. But, you know, having family and friends seeing people wish death on you and wish violence on you and people you care about because of Doctor Who stuff, to quote Tegan, it stopped being fun. To people who I thought were colleagues, who I thought were friends, who decided to engage and fan the flames and such, I hope it got you much engagement. I hope it got you much content. But I do think it's kind of mad where in a fandom, in a community where it's consistently being infiltrated by like genuine Nazis and predators and stuff like that, the number one enemy, the number one person to be smited down, it seems to consistently be me, and I don't get it. And I'm not going to lie, it does upset me a little bit that I could go to a convention or a fan meetup event or something and be chatting to somebody, and I could be thinking, is this the person who like sent me an email saying that they want me dead? Is this the person who got in touch with my family saying that, you know, I hope that violent things happen to you? Like, it does kind of make you a little bit paranoid, and that's something that now that I've stepped away from the platform, I'm happy to be away from. You know, it's funny, I was chatting to another Doctor Who content creator at Hooverville this past summer, and we were chatting about how just insane like Doctor Who Twitter can be and how unhinged some of the commentary can be on there. And like they said to me, like, you're probably like the most libeled person on Doctor Who Twitter. And he said it jokingly, but it was like, I without any evidence to the contrary, I kind of think I am, and that's really strange. Like, Jesus Christ, this past summer there was like a pretty big display of somebody threatening to sue me from an incredibly bigoted community, and I got less hate, less vitriol, and less death threats and violence from them than I did Doctor Who Twitter for posting milquetoast joy to the world opinions. something has gone wrong there. Like, one of the biggest memes surrounding me on that website is the whole gay emails thing. Like, I don't know if you folks understand the context for that. The whole gay emails thing was a bunch of people from Stan Twitter publicly celebrating and applauding the fact that they had hounded and in some cases doxed LGBTQ plus people from the community, and they felt safe in my community because they didn't feel safe on Doctor Who Twitter. Like, that whole meme was people celebrating that happening to queer members of the Doctor Who community. I don't know if people know that, but that's what that was. So stuff like that sort of leads me to one of two conclusions. Either a disproportionate amount of Doctor Who Twitter are just incredibly horrible, vile, mean people, or something about that platform just makes people really bad. I'm hoping, for the sake of just my faith in humanity, that it is the latter. I sincerely hope so. So yeah, I won't be gone from it completely. You know, I'm still going to be looking at messages and DMs and everything. I kind of have to in terms of just work as a content creator, in quotes. And I'll post updates and video links and stuff like that. But in terms of just day-to-day discussion, that's not happening anymore. And every single time I raise my head above the parapet to take a look at what's going on there, every single time I do that, I am just further vindicated that that was the correct choice. So yeah, TLDR for the next few months, fewer live streams, finish the Big Finish back catalogue, finish the season 1 reviews and hopefully the Hartnell Dalek reviews, more TikTok, more YouTube shorts, and yeah, we're approaching quite a few milestones over the next few months. It will be 15 years of this YouTube channel, it'll be 20 years since the revival of Doctor Who came out. I might do something for that occasion, I'm not sure, still trying to figure it out. I don't want it to get in the way of the backlog that I currently have, but yeah, we'll see. So yeah, that's the state of the channel at the beginning of 2025. Be sure to like the video, subscribe, comment down below, and also YouTube memberships and Patreon if you want to help the channel grow, if you want to get early access to the reviews when they come out, get your name in the credits and become a sponsor, etc, etc. Let's turn this into Mr. TARDIS HQ, let's grow this operation, and I'll see you folks next time.